Hi guys, this is Miss Burke here. I am celebrating Nevada Reading Week with my lovely cat Phasma. And today we are going to read you a Japanese folktale called Maneki Neko, which is known in English as the Beckoning Cat. This version of the folktale was written by Koko Nishizuka and illustrated by Roseanne Litzinger. Long, long ago, a young boy named Yohei lived with his father in a village by the sea. Every morning, when the sun peeked over the ocean, he got up and went to the port to buy fish. He then sold the fish door to door, carrying them in 2 wooden barrels suspended from a pole balanced on his shoulder. Yikes, that sounds a lot harder than this kitty on my shoulder. Yohei worked hard, but he was still poor. When his father became sick, Yohei had to work even harder to earn enough to buy medicine. But he could only carry 2 barrels of fish at one time. He sighed and wished he could sell more. One rainy evening, as Yohei was cooking rice at home, he heard a tap on the door. When he opened it, he found a cat shivering in the rain. Her white fur was splattered with mud. She meowed, asking to come in. "A poor stray cat," Yohei said, as he let her in and dried her with a towel. After serving dinner to his father, Yohei took some rice and half of the fish from his own meager plate and fed the cat. The cat finished eating and went into Yohei's lap. She rubbed her soft white fur against him. Yohei's stomach growled with hunger, but her purring made him happy. The next morning, the cat was gone. Where'd she go? 3 days later, when Yohei was in the village selling fish, his neighbor, Masa, came running toward him. "Yohei, come quick! Your father has a high fever." Yohei hurried home, carrying the barrels still heavy with fresh fish. When he arrived, the cat was standing by the door, but Yohei went right to his father. He put a cool, damp cloth on his father's forehead. Once his father was comfortable, Yohei looked at the fish and sighed. "What shall I do? I can't go out to sell today, and the fish will spoil by tomorrow." Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. When Yohei answered, a young woman in a colorful silk kimono stood before him. "Hello, how may I help you?" Yohei asked in surprise. "Are you a fishmonger?" she asked, pointing to the fish in the wooden barrels. "How funny! A cat calling a customer to a fishmonger." She laughed lightly, covering her mouth with her kimono sleeve. "What do you mean?" Yohei asked. "Oh, isn't she your cat, the white one?" "As I left my sewing teacher's home, she meowed at me. After taking a few steps, she raised her paw, as if to say, 'Come here.' She was so adorable that I followed her." Yohei was stunned. He told her how the cat had first visited them. "What a remarkable cat," the young lady said. "She must have called me here to buy your fish." Then she asked him to wrap 3 fish up for her. Bowing, Yohei thanked her. Soon after, Yohei heard another knock on his door. When he answered, he saw an old man who owned a large store in a nearby town. "Hello, sir. What brings you here today?" Yohei asked, surprised to see a rich merchant visiting his humble home. So it was your cat, the merchant said, his eyes widening. She must have heard me talking about fish. About fish? Yohei asked. This morning, my daughter-in-law had a baby boy. I wanted 10 large red snappers for a party I'm going to give to my grandson's honor. As soon as I left home, your white cat came by and meowed, beckoning me with her paw. He waved his hand, mimicking the cat. I couldn't help following her, and here you are with all these fish. Yohei was so astonished that he told the merchant about his father and how the cat had come to his home. My goodness, she's calling customers on your behalf, said the merchant. I have never heard of a cat repaying a kindness. These days, even people forget to show their gratitude. Then the merchant took out a silver coin, enough to buy a whole barrel of fish, and gave it to Yohei. Here's the money for the snappers. Now keep the change and take care of your father. Yohei thanked the merchant over and over with deep bows. Then, one after another, people came to Yohei's home, invited by the cat. By the afternoon, the fish in both barrels were gone. The customers praised his cat and promised to come back the next day. In this way, Yohei was able to sell the fish while taking care of his father. From that day on, the white cat lived with Yohei and kept inviting customers. People came from far away just to see the beckoning cat. Yohei sold more and more fish, and soon he was able to open up his own shop. His father got better thanks to the medicine that Yohei was able to buy, and the other merchants wished that they had a cat as clever as Yohei's. And that is how the beckoning cat became a good luck symbol in Japan. People began to make porcelain cats holding up one paw like Yohei's cat. Merchants of all kinds put them in their stores in hopes of bringing new customers and welcoming old ones. So the next time you go to Japan, or even to an Asian restaurant in America, look for the beckoning cat perched on the counter. If she is there, you know why. Thank you guys so much for reading with us. Have a wonderful rest of your Nevada reading week.